I'm not afraid of what it means for me to say. This life you gave is not my own. I'm trusting you to hear my yes and lead me on. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. My life is yours. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. My life is yours. I just say yes. You lead the way. I'm not afraid of what it means for me to say. This life you gave is not my own. I'm trusting you to hear my yes and lead me on. Yes, Lord. Oh, yes, Lord. My life is yours. Yes, Lord. Oh, yes, Lord. My life is yours. And there is peace, and there is peace when I say yes. I might not see it now, but you say the best for all who trust you and obey. There is an answer, no more delay. There is peace, there is peace when I say yes. I might not see it now, but you say the best for all who trust you and obey. There is an answer, no more delay. I'll just say yes, yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. My life is yours. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. My life is yours. And there is peace. There is peace. There is peace. When I say yes. I might not see it now. You say, but you say the rest for all who trust you and obey. There is an answer, no more delay. No more delay. There is I'll never be more loved.
I'll never be more loved
than I am right now. Wasn't holding you out, so there's nothing I can do to let you down. Doesn't take a trophy to make you proud. I'll never be more loved than I am right now. Oh, going through the storm, and I wouldn't go down. I hear your voice carried in the rhythm of the wind to call me out. You would cross an ocean so I wouldn't drown. You've never been closer than you are right now.
Hey, you are enough.
You are enough.
Oh, you are enough. Yeah, I will be
I
content
will be content
even in
in
this.
every circumstance.
Hey, you are enough.
You are enough.
Hey, forever enough. Hey,
Always enough.
more than enough.
More than enough.
Forever enough.
Forever enough. Always enough.
Always enough.
More than enough. I don't wanna forget how I feel right now from the mountain top.
Hey,
I could see so clear
what it's all about. Stay by my side.
Stay by my side
When the sun
when the
goes,
sun goes down.
you've never been closer,
Never been
closer than you are right. Hey, you are time. You are enough. We call you time. You are enough. Hey, I will be content. Even in this
every circumstance.
you are enough. Hey, forever enough. Always enough. More than enough. Hey, forever enough. Always enough. More than enough. Hey, I'm already loved. I'm already chosen. I know who I am. I know what you've spoken. I'm already loved. More than I could imagine. That is enough. Hey, already loved. Already chosen.
There is a law of spiritual reproduction. How do you multiply a Pastor David? How do you multiply a Daddy Wampa? How do you multiply a Rehambonke? How do you multiply a Billy Graham? How do you multiply a Moricerillo? All of these general, Catherine Kuma, how do you multiply them? So that when the person dies, the grace, the gift, the mandate has not vanished. God opened my eyes to understand the secret of spiritual reproduction. In Genesis chapter 1, verse 26, I want you to watch something. God has made all things in creation. Made all things. The last law he set for everything he made, especially living things, is the law of reproduction. Is in verse 25, not 26. And God made the beasts of the earth after his kind, and cattle after his kind, and everything that creepeth on the earth after his kind, and God saw that it was good. There is a law called the law of kind. Everything you reproduce after your kind. Everything after your kind. Everything after your kind. Everything reproduce after your kind. So cows never give birth to dogs, they give birth to more cows. Dogs give birth to more dogs. Snakes give birth to more snakes. So you see mangoes, the mangoes don't give birth to coconuts. Mangoes give birth to more mangoes. Coconuts give birth to more coconuts. Whatever you are, if you're an evangelist, 1,000 evangelists or more should come out of you. If you're a pastor, 1,000 pastors or more should come out of you. If you're a believer, a disciple, 1,000 disciples or more should come out of you. Anything. You're a music minister, 1,000. If you only finish singing, you have not fulfilled your ministry. You failed in God's system of sustainability, which is reproduction. You're an intercessor, 1,000. That prayer you are doing is one thing. Multiplying prayers is the most important thing. God's strategy is not prayer. I have never seen God say, I'm looking for intercession. God's strategy is men. Men. What you hear him saying, I sought for a man. I sought for an intercessor. Who shall I send? Who shall go for us? Because if it is just intercession, it will soon vanish when you go. Once you're dead, is gone. God's strategy is not preaching. God's strategy is raising the men that will do it. As my Father has sent me, so send I you. And then he lifted his hand and said, Father, I've finished the work that you gave me. Before the cross. Before he went to the cross. John chapter 17. And one day I read that, then I also read what he said on the cross. It is finished. So I said to Jesus, what work was finished before the cross? And what work was finished on the cross? Because two works were done. He fulfilled his own ministry on the cross and said, it is done. The work of redemption, paying and dying for our sins to bring, that is his mission on earth. He completed it on the cross. But there was another work he completed before dying. In John 17, he said, it is the men that you have given me. I have raised them. I have taught them your word. I have sent them into the world the way you sent me. Before you start talking about finishing your ministry, you must first reproduce that ministry in many other people. The work of preparing the men that will carry on after he goes is what he was talking about in John 17. So the whole chapter, he now prayed for them. So when God laid the law of kind in Genesis 1:25, he now came to verse 26 to do exactly what he has said. Animals produce after your kind. Birds after your kind. Fish after your kind. Trees after your kind. Now God wants to produce after his kind. So he said, let us make man in what? In our own image. After what? Our likeness. God reproduced a God. If you understand the law of kind, you know who he reproduced. I think Dr. Ferdinand took care of that yesterday, so we don't need. What I want to now show you is the secret of reproduction. And when God reproduced a God-man, you know what he said to him in verse 28 of that same Genesis chapter 1? He said, he blessed them and commissioned them. The first law is be fruitful. Second one is multiply your kind. Reproduce and multiply your kind. You're a pastor. How many pastors have you raised? You're a leader. How many leaders have you raised? Not how many followers. You're a businessman. How many business people have you raised? You're a millionaire. How many millionaires have you raised? Not how much money you have. I don't care how much money you have. I want to know how many people you have empowered. You're a disciple. How many disciples have you made? You're a politician. How many young politicians have you raised? You think it's just about you? Hey, people keep praying, Lord, I want to know my purpose. Ladies and gentlemen, you see that book you call the Bible? That book reveals that before you came here, there is a book. There are about 5 types of books talked about in the Bible. That the Bible talks about. Yes. The most popular that people preach about is the book of life. Book of life is where names of people that have given their life to Christ, that are God's children, are recorded. So on the day of rapture, there won't be confusion because there is a register. That's why make sure that your name is written in that book in heaven. You can be in the church membership book and your name is not in the heavens book. There is a book of the living. Yes. They use 2 words to address it in one. Either you call it the book of every human being that enters this world is in a record of. God too is not confused. You know, he has stars counted. He has all the hair on your head counted. Then you think he has not counted you. And he's busy counting the hair. It's in the Bible. This particular book is to keep record of everybody that comes here. But you see, not everybody that now enters here that will enter the other life. Now, that book is also called the Book of Destiny. When David was writing about it in the Psalms, he said it's not just, he said all my days are recorded in that book. Even all my members. It's like that girl that was dead, that was raised yesterday. And I asked God to give her a new heart. In the health department in heaven, they won't start running around. Which type of heart will fit her? What? No. They have her records. All your members, they know your height. This thing is not decided after you are born. It is already decided before you enter your mother's womb. They know that you're going to be Africa. If they wanted you to be a white man, they would have given because you were a spirit being before you came to the flesh. They would have arranged for you to enter a family of 2 whites. Are you understanding what I'm saying? It was deliberate, God planning that Jesus will be born a Jew, not an African. Because he made a deal with Abraham concerning that. That is through his seed. So when he was also entering the womb, he wasn't entering any womb. Even if you were a virgin for Nigeria, he won't enter your own womb. because of his own assignment. But there are other people that will enter your womb. These things were planned. All your members. So what they will do, they just look there. And they, their own system is far more advanced than all this computer, technology system. They just, okay, that's the, within seconds, this transplant has happened. For example, a lot of people think that it was in Genesis chapter 2 when God saw it's not good for man to be alone, that he now came up with the idea of a woman and made Adam a wife. You're joking. Everything is preordained, planned ahead. Because in Genesis chapter 1, show it to them. In verse 26, it said, let us make man in our image after our likeness. Then in verse 27, he actually did it. He said, God created man in his image. In the image of God created him. What did he create them? Male. So Eve too was there before even Adam was made. It was when the time came, he just went in there and took a rib and brought her. You did not start when you were born. Your body started in the womb, but the real you started long before that womb. When Jesus was coming, he said, the body has thou prepared me. Not only your destiny, the work you would do, that body, all the parts of it. So when a tire punctures, companies that make tire have spare parts. Don't think that God that made human beings does not have spare parts. And you can't take a tire for a Mercedes car and put it for a tractor, a bulldozer. Do you know how big bulldozer tire is? That's how it is. You can't take a tire for a motorcycle and put it in a Range Rover Jeep. David said in his book, all your members were written. Then he said, all your days, even before they came, that they have all been. He said, if I start counting this summation of your thoughts towards me, they are more than I can. They now ask, where can I flee for your spirit? For example, you all know that there is a book called the Book of Seal that Jesus collected from the Father. The one he's unsealing that unveils prophecy and the destiny of the earth. But there is another type of book, is book of prophecy. It's not that one that Jesus is unsealing. This one are scrolls. They take it from heaven. They invite you and give it to you to eat. When you eat it, it will be sweet in your mouth, but in your belly, it will be bitter. I don't want to say anything. No. There's one I've been given to it, and it's part of what they will measure me with. Or I have to blow that trumpet till I have completed the message in it. This part is just beyond just, we are all teaching about. It's prophecy. It's prophetic. It's an oracle. It's a message. Certain people are called to herald a message. If you know when Dad started teaching things like foundation and the whole church world was completely, they were fought him, they whatever. Today now, see how we are all casting out demons and we are now dealing. Somebody paid a price for that. It was bitter too in his stomach. He went through hell for it. Sometimes there are messages you are given, there is a cost attached to it. But God always say, like he said to Ezekiel, the people I'm sending you are stubborn. Their faces, don't let their face intimidate you. Whether they are listening or not, speak the things that they. So you see, there are certain men that are giving a unique message. That's why as you see me here, Even if you like, carry me, put me somewhere in another planet. You burn all the Bible. Once I start praying and worshiping, the thing is inside now. I've eaten it. It's inside. The scroll is inside my. It's no more. It's inside. You have to eat the Bible, eat the Bible, eat the Bible, meditate, digest, pray it in till it becomes internalized. Okay, if we are enjoying books, you want me to tell you about books? Let's leave books alone. I'm going somewhere. We're talking about reproduction. It's the reproduction issue. A lot of curious people in the kingdom. If you let them, they will keep drawing the thing from you and keep you. Yeah. They want to know all the books. For example, there is one called the Book of Memorial. Do you know what that one is? The things we do for God, giving, soul winning, sacrifices, services. You see, in the Lord, there is nothing you do to advance God's kingdom that is in vain. No, it's all being recorded. As we're here, everything everybody is doing is being recorded. Because that's what they use to do promotion here on earth, and that's what will be called up on the judgment seat of Christ. Oh, if you read the book of Revelation, it said that a book will be opened, which is the book of life. Then another set of book will be opened. Those are book of works. And everyone will be judged according to what is written there. That's why that angel, even the things, the blessings of God, certain people, when you see God promoting certain people, don't envy anybody, or you don't know the price they paid at a certain time in their life. God sent an angel. It was to Cornelius' house. He said, your alms, your givings, and your prayers are come as a memorial. A book of memorial is a book of remembrance. If you want to understand it, Mordecai did something to save the king's life. He said there was a coup plot and they were to assassinate the king. 2 soldiers were plotting it. He was sitting at the gate. He was the one that knew the information. Gave it to Esther, and they saved the king's life. They were able to stop that coup and save the king's life. The king ordered. They also have a book of memorial, and they put it. Esther didn't put it for her name. He told the king, "This is not me." You know, if it's some of us, you say it's you. He told them it's Mordecai that saved your life. And they recorded that in the record. But nothing was done for the man. Nothing. Time was passing. Until one day somebody was plotting the man's death. He has made a gallows where he will hang the same Mordecai. Remember that in the kingdom, you are rewarded according to your work. The things you are showing today will come back to find you. The sacrifices you are making today, and some of them is not just you. It will come for your children. They will be blessed in their generations because of your obedience. The Bible said, God will say, I will do this, because Abraham, your father, obeyed me. Your obedience is not just for you. You are giving. You are going to get blessed. But that one you are getting is just the tip of the iceberg. The seed of the righteous, the Bible says, shall be mighty upon the earth. Wealth and honor shall be found in their house. The seed, children of the righteous. So that night, the king could not sleep, restless. He was turning on his bed. It was God. The man that sowed a good seed saved another person's life. Somebody wants to take his life. It cannot work. There is a law of justice running in this universe. The things you think you gave, you think nobody said thank you, nobody even recognized you, you think he's gone. He's not gone. He's in the book of memorial. One day he's going to call, look for you and come back. And it was that night. The king got up. He had impression in his, let the book of records be brought before me. He said, be reading. If I see what I'm looking for, I will know. And they kept reading. The moment they mentioned Mordecai, he said, whoa, The man that saved my life. What has been done for him? The people said nothing. He said, all these years. And at that time, somebody told him, Haman just walked in. He's in the court. He said, tell him to walk inside. Haman walked in. He said, what type of honor and reward do you think should be given to the man that the king wants to honor? Haman thought in himself, who else? It must be me. It must be me. So he listed all kinds of things, thinking he was the one. When he finished, the king said, you are the one that will carry it out. Go find Mordecai. Put him in my own limousine, the presidential, driving around town. Let everybody be blowing trumpet and be shouting. This is how the king honors the man that he favored. The person he came to kill, he is the one now subjected to. The day Satan is going to knock on your door, your good works will answer him. I said, the day Satan will make an attempt to knock on your door, your sacrifices will answer him. The day Satan will remember your name. Why they are still discussing it, the book of memorial, incense will start rising from it. This last December, there was a young man. He made a vow to build a church, and he actually commissioned the building and started building. But he hasn't finished, though. They've gone far. Whether they have done roofing and all that. But he traveled. The plane he was flying in, lost engine. Yeah. By this time, they were flying across DRC Congo. If you see the bush. And the pilot said, he's going to crash into that bush. The young man just said, Lord, remember our deal. Remember that I'm building you a house. I have not even dedicated it. And now, what is going on here? He said, the Lord said, have peace. The plane crashed into the bush, ran, park. Nothing. Villagers had, because it was this kind of rain, the day we were coming here. Rain, thunder, you can't see. Rain was falling. Villagers head of the whatever. The people were running everywhere. They came. Tire has damaged. This one has damaged. They helped them go to town, very far from town, bring people that could help fix the aircraft. Then villagers came and brought tractors and started clearing trees in the bush. They cleared trees far to create a runway. Then they went to town, bought a lot of fuel, and gave them. They poured in the aircraft. Now, the ground was still poto, so that plane couldn't. So they slept one day. The next day, it looked like it was a little. So they helped push out the plane. And the pilot said, let's try and see if he will fly. The young boy prayed for him, just like he prayed on top. The pilot is an unbeliever. And he ran on that bag and took off and flew him back to. The book of memorial. Everyone pray in the Holy Ghost. Pray in the Holy Ghost. So let this thing enter. The book of memorial. The book of memorial. God said in that day, he will open the book of memorial. And remember all the people that are serving him, his children. He said, I will treat them like my jewels, my treasures. I will treat them as a man treats his jewelries, his treasures. That's what he said in Malachi. Put it up in Malachi. Let them see. He said that they that serve the Lord were talking one on the other, and God heard it. Then the book of memorial was opened. Start from verse 16. Let me read it for you. They that feared the Lord spake often one to another, and the Lord hearkened. The Lord heard it. And the book of memorial. This translation used remembrance, which is also correct. A book of memorial was written before him for them that fear him and thought upon his name. Verse 17. Watch you. They shall be mine, said the Lord. In that day when I make up my jewelries, I will spare them as a man spares his son that serves him. The day of vengeance, the day of trouble, God will spare them, protect them like he did for Mordecai. Then the time of judgment, they will open it to reward. These are There are certain promotions and reward I'm enjoying today. I can't tell you some of the things we did. There were some of them people said, you are stupid, you are foolish. Reckless giving. Radical sacrifice. You have to be principle guided, not emotion led. We walk by faith and not by sight and not by emotion. Let me tell you, it costs something to obey God. Should I say it again? It costs something to obey God. But after it, it's worth it all. There's some stories that your mom has told me. You hear some of them, you'll be wondering. How do we raise women like that again in this generation? A pharmacist, at one time leading a clinic for a pharmaceutical team for a major institution in Nigeria. And you will go, because at that time, this is a barrister of first class status. He could make all the money. And God said, leave that to go and do what I asked you to do. And then at the initial stage, the tightness of this situation. You know what, woman, you start slapping your husband. It's necessarily you want to. You say it's God calling you. One day she was telling me, he said, this is the way we operate. And it's not just how, there were a group of them piloting train. He said, once they pay us at the end of the month, we'll carry it and come and say, that is it. It is him down and now decide how. I said, what? This generation, fire will burn that whole house down. How do we get those kind of things? There was no phones in those days. They will make all these trips. You are hearing Mount Carmel, different places. That will make a whole book of Acts. If you hear things. Okay, you can't connect with your husband. You don't know where they are. And sometimes they are facing danger. She will stay at home and know and be in intercession. When they finish, they will be back. What is order? You carry your bag and go back to your father's house. My friend, we need to wake up. Let's wake up. God is not training sissies. He's training an army. Hey, you like this book. Let's talk about reproduction. I tried to stop it. You guys pulled it out of me again. You have collected about 5 now. I think it's enough. There are actually 2 others, but don't ask me about it. Pastor, no, you see all this our giving, all this sacrifice. See you now, carry yourself. Italy, Rome. It's not a joke. On that day, you will see now. Some people will be gardeners in heaven. They will make heaven. But they will be cutting your flowers. Other people will be ruling. Everybody is going to get what he sowed. He's going to give to every man according to his work. You are saved by grace, but you're going to be rewarded for your works. Paul said that's why we labor, whether we are in life or in death, that we might be accepted of him. For we must all stand before the judgment seat of Christ. We are not fools. We are not like those bugs in the air. We are heading towards a target. Enough of this book. Please, I said the law of spiritual reproduction. Holy Spirit, help me here. Please. Okay. Everyone say, I ate the book. Say it. In my tummy it was bitter, but in my mouth it's sweet. So some of these messages you see us preach that sounds nice, you don't know what it cost us to bear it. What it even cost us to come to that place of understanding. Because the Bible says, so mightily grew the word of God and prevailed. A time comes when the warfare around a revelation is over. The word now prevails. Angel Gabriel and Michael has beaten the prince of Persia. That message has broken through. God asked that when they were carrying this message, what they went through. God is calling some of us to now be sons of consolation to them. You don't know what they went through. You don't have a clue. Victory belongs to Jesus. I'm trying to get myself back to. Victory belongs to God. Oh, reproduction. Victory belongs to Jesus. Victory belongs to Him. Who can stand against the Lord?
Who can stand against the Lord? No one can. No one will. Who can stand against the King? No one can. No one will.
Oh, victory belongs to Jesus. Victory belongs to Him. Oh, victory belongs to Jesus. Victory belongs to Him. Victory belongs to Jesus. Victory belongs to Him. Victory belongs to Jesus. Victory belongs to Him. There are secrets for the last days we're going to unfold for you. These are now practical strategies. But there are two secrets of spiritual reproduction. Two. I don't mind going ahead to tell you that all truths are parallel. What you find in natural, there is equivalent of it in the spiritual. The natural is used as a mirror image of the spiritual. This is why anytime Jesus wants to teach any spiritual truth, He looks for a natural parallel and use it to teach. Like He will say, the sower went to sow. The kingdom of God is like this. He will tell one parable using natural to illustrate a spiritual truth. So you notice that in the natural, there are two ingredients required in creating a child. Even in reproducing a plant, even in reproducing an animal. Even in plants, there is reproduction. There's cross-pollination. There's pollination. There are two ingredients. It is a sperm, a seed is the word, and an egg. So the man provides the seed, the woman provides the egg. Men are seed planters. That's why they call them husband. Do you know what a husband is? A farmer. Every time you read in your King James, he said, a husbandman must be first partaker of the fruit. You know who is the husbandman? Farmer that plants seeds. The reason they call you husband is that you are the one that plant the seed. You're also the one that cultivate your wife and your family. Nobody starts a marriage with finished product. You start with the raw material, with the seed. Then you have to plant, water, nurture it to produce what you want. That's what Jesus is doing for the church. He is perfecting, washing us with the washing of the water by the word, because the word is a seed to present us to himself, a glorious church. You don't start with a glorious wife. You don't start with a glorious husband. You don't start with a glorious, you start with raw materials. But if you now learn the art, you produce what you want. So, who carried the seeds? Men. That's why they named the children after you. Who carried the egg? Women. No man can produce a child without his wife. All those your seeds will waste. No woman can have a baby without a man. And in case of a woman, is that your eggs are numbered from day one. As you age, they are running out. You get to a particular age, there is no more egg. That's why you say you enter menopause. A man at 100 can still create a village. Men don't stop producing seed. They will produce till their last breath. Women have a limited number. So when a guy comes to date you, you're a single girl, he's dating you 5 years, 7 years. Don't let any man do that to you. He can always start anytime he wants. You have limited time. This dating thing that is reigning everywhere is unbeliever lifestyle that they have repackaged and brought to the church. It is an easy way to have girlfriend and be enjoying free sex. We don't date. The only two things involved in Christian marriage. It is engagement and marriage. That's courtship and marriage. That period from between engagement and when you is what they call courtship. In this relationship, you are committed to be married. You are not dating. Let's try each other out. That's unbelieving. You're doing boyfriend and girlfriend in church. You're just using grammar to baptize it. It doesn't exist. Clap well. Oh. And I'm trying to help you. Because you see what they do. He comes. After wasting your 7 years, he will now realize that God did not, this is not the one. He pick your other friend. He will waste 7 years. Then he will jump to the next one. No. Once you want to date and do all that, what you do, no commitment, you don't have anybody to yourself. You become their friend. You say you want to get to know her. You become her friend. But she is free to date anybody, to marry anybody. There is no Kolobi involved. There is no territory. Everybody clear for my territory. Clap well, oh. We are just brothers and sisters and we are friends. You can have friends. Jesus had. There's nothing wrong with that. But you can even bring the one that is serious in his presence. But if somebody wants something exclusive, let him define where we are headed with this. And tell me, when are we going to the altar? Let's save life. A lot of people have been frustrated though. Yes, sir. This is how you know that is real Christian courtship. He will take you to his pastor. You take him to your pastor and to your parents. If parents are not part of this, you are just doing muchi game. A New Testament organized prostitution. Clap well, whether you have been doing it or not. Then the day he will leave you, you have done 3 abortions for him. He moves on to another person. Another time waster will come again. Because when you are crying, look at what John does. He said, don't worry, don't worry. I'll be there for you. Where are we going? You see, you ladies think if I ask the question, he would think I'm desperate. But then that's why your 7 years was wasted, and finally you will be forced to ask it. What do you want here? Are we just friends? Or is there... Because if you know, my father told me to swear an oath as a young man, but entering university, he said, you are going to swear to me. You must not play with the heart of a young woman. If you're going to tell a woman that you're going to marry her, then it's going to be. Before you are sure, never make any commitment. So you are free. If you want to investigate this thing, investigate it. You know, window shopping. You go to shop now, supermarket, you look at this one, Apple, okay, yeah. Then you go here, do it, don't. That's what friendship, fellowship, koinonia gives you opportunity to. Some of you are working in the same department, but no special kulubi. Hey, pastors, when you see a brother, kulubi a sister, go and find out. You have to declare, what are your intentions? What are your intentions? Senior sisters, leading ladies, don't allow it. Come and meet us and tell us what your intention is. Clap well, oh. Because after he has shattered the life of 3 ladies, he still has a lot of bag of seeds. The day he is ready, he will start. Farm will grow. I don't want to say something so I don't make some people feel bad. At the age of 30, some people 11, 12, women, they've started producing egg. You know puberty now? At the age of 30, 90% of the eggs are gone. Between 30 and menopause is 10% you are dealing with. That's why the same girl that before you sneeze at her, she gets pregnant. You do, how are you pregnant? You see her in a later year, she's going, every pastor pray for me, to get one baby, wahala. If you're a genuine child of God, don't do that to a woman. Don't. You're not sure, keep your mouth. I love you with the love of the Lord. I love you with the love of the Lord. I can see in you the glory of the Lord. Yes, I love you with the love of the Lord. And let it end there. We don't do side chick in the kingdom. You don't play with people's lives, my friends. You don't do that. You don't play with people's lives.